lot of women, dog.
Okay, true.
It's just a bunch of dudes in
feel
a
like,
room, you know?
I feel like
Smoking.
that's pretty unique of a like former opiate addict to also smoke hash or smoke weed. Where like I know
Dabs got me off opiates.
I know a lot of
That's
people
crazy.
who like used to have like an opiate addiction or other addictions. They like and they just go completely sober. And people call like smoking weed California sober. Like how is your like relationship with being a former opiate addict and also smoking weed now?
So glad to talk about this. Any opportunity I get, So I quit just before starting Puffco. I think Puffco started 2013. I think I stopped 2011. It's fucked up. I forget the year it was. But I had my rock bottom moment. I was ready to like go to Newark, New Jersey to meet some dude who was out of jail for 3 weeks to try to get some perk 30s. And I was just having that moment of like, I'm just going to get robbed because I'm a fucking kriller, like or crackhead, like kriller's a New York term, I feel like. And like, what the fuck am I doing? So I see the number on the subway and I call it. It's Columbia University has this like prototype program for getting people off drugs. I had to harass them, honestly. I had to call them like 5 or 6 times. They let me in. Turns out they got a program where they use cannabis to get people off of opiates.
Wow.
Very, very lucky for me. So like, I talk to them. They say we got 3 programs. We got 1 where we give you Suboxone and you get off. We got 2, we give you weed, like weed pills, and you get off. And 3 is we give you 1 day Suboxone and you get nothing. We're putting you in option 3, but we want you to smoke weed because we want to see if there's a difference between the prescribed weed or the one you're just smoking.
Do you remember how strong the weed pills were? Like,
I didn't take the weed pills. They just said smoke your own weed, do your thing.
Wow.
And they would give me like anti-opiate shots. And yeah, I ended up completely getting off of it. It gave me a very good relationship. The whole program.
You never smoked weed before the?
No, I smoked weed. I've been smoking weed since I was 13. But like, it changed my relationship with addiction. I'm in tune to addictive habits in my life. Some I have control over, some I don't, like fucking tobacco. But I know when something is too good. So if I try a substance and that shit is making me feel a certain type of way, I won't go back to it. Like I know I can't handle it. If you can handle it, more power to you, bro. I know people that take some substances and it ruins their life, and others will take the same shit, and it's just like a creative touch to what they do. Fun fact, with that same Columbia University program, I ended up getting arrested the last day of that program in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Facing 1 to 3 years for an ounce of weed and 7 grams of hash.
Hell no.
1 to 3 years?
I go back to the same program, like, you got to get me off of weed, bro. The guy says, I can't admit you into the program. You're not addicted to weed. Your life is just being destroyed because this shit's illegal. And like, thank God I got a great attorney, and like, I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it too much because I think I got really fucking lucky there, and like I doubt anyone's gonna look into it. This shit was like 10 years ago, but I got that what do you call it, pre-trial intervention, some shit. I think it's called that in Jersey. Anyways, ended up working out. I ended up being on probation for whatever it was, a year, 2 years. But addiction is something that like, it's a good conversation to have with yourself about anything, bro. About food, about sex, about drugs. Are you indulging in something too much? And straight up, something we don't talk about enough with weed. Like, are you waking up and smoking, not getting shit done? It's getting in the way of your life. You might have to change your relationship. You can just not do it. Yeah. You can also be like, well, let me see if I just finish my day with this shit, is it gonna fuck it up the same way? That's what I did. To each their own. Yeah. But as far as addiction goes, like, is California sober okay? Man, if you are honoring yourself and your life and
that's
you
all
get
that
shit
matters.
done, that's all that matters, bro. Like, I've met people that do hard drugs, not all the time, but on occasion, you're just like, how do you have your shit together so well, bro? Everyone else I know doing this shit, their shit is fucked up.
Yeah.
But like having your shit together also like is like kind of like subjective. It depends on the person.
It's perspective for sure.
Yeah, some people can be content with a certain lifestyle, which is okay, and a lot of people I feel like should be content with like I feel like a pretty normal lifestyle. Where all
you don't want to get too content either, though.
That's true, exactly. But also, if your goal of contentness is like the new Ferrari every next year, then obviously you're gonna be like, bro, I can't be smoking weed, I can't be doing nothing. Like,
so,
I gotta do this.
Here are the questions that psychiatrist asked me that denied me into the weed program. He was like, do you have paranoid thoughts? Do you think people are plotting against you? No. Are you stealing to support your habit? No. Are you missing work? No. Went through this whole, are you arguing with your, no. And so at everything, it was like, well, these are all the signs of addiction, man. Like, you don't have that with this. So if you are addicted to it or whatever, like, you're having no adverse effects from that. The same way that you can have a coffee. I'm fucking addicted to coffee. I have it every single day. I don't know that I'm having any adverse effects from it. It's not getting in the way of my job, of my life, of my relationships.
It's not toxic.
And if that's what you should chase with every engagement in your life, does it make my life better? Cool. Does it not get in the way of my life? Cool. Am I choosing this over other shit I should be doing? That's a red flag, bro.
You ever have moments where you feel like, I gotta be in the office at 8 a.m., but I got to the office at 8 a.m. But I got to the office. No, this is just like a hypothetical situation, right? But instead of 8 a.m., you got to the office at 8:10 because you had to go to Starbucks and grab a coffee.
Yeah, of course.
Isn't that like considered an addiction though? Where you're like, I made myself late and like in a way like fucked up my schedule for this coffee.
One, I work for me. Two, every place I've ever worked at, I'm coming in late, bro. If you want to be here at 9:18 every day, being like, I'm gonna look at you like you're stupid because you know I'm getting here at a certain time and I'm good at my job. So like, if you'd rather have someone who comes in at 9 and doesn't deliver like me, go get that motherfucker, bro.
Are you